Welcome to the 213th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic again. I am Tiger Height.
And I am...
Peanut Gallery. Hungry. So, I hope everybody, speaking of hungry, I hope everybody had a fun and safe Thanksgiving. Peanut Gallery and we just did our usual because it's nice.
Because we're basic bitches
like we are. Also, a couple of days off is never a bad thing.
No.
Now, let's get into some drama. Just like the news, there wasn't ton of stuff, but we got to talk about the Brock Lesnar slip.
I thought that was funny.
So the pyro, he just slipped. It happened. The one thing that I said is that does Brock Lesnar even take this seriously anymore? Because he ripped his jeans when he F5'd R-Truth, like his first night back on regular television, and then he slips, makes a joke about it, laughs. I mean, what can you do?
Right.
But just keep in mind, it is still Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
I mean, he will most likely kill you if you laugh at him, but you know what?
If you look at him the wrong way.
Exactly. I just love Heyman as he's just like watching.
It is like, what the hell is
It was
going
so
on?
weird. And there was no way that was scripted. I saw a few of that, and I'm like, why would they have Brock Lesnar slip like that?
I know.
John Cena. So John Cena has one more appearance after this show, but I did want to talk about his NXT appearance because it sucked. I think it was a enormous wasted opportunity to have John Cena show up on NXT. Well, he's never been in NXT. He has been in NXT, but he just was in a pre-tape announcing the Iron Survivor Challengers.
Yep.
But the problem is that we had a qualifying match for the Iron Survivor Challenge. What's the point in that? Either announce all the participants or say everybody has to do qualifying matches. You can't just do both. I'm sorry, that's just not how this works.
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. One match, one qualifier. And the women didn't have to qualify. One set of people had to qualify, Trick Williams and Miles Bourne. Why?
Was that the only match?
That was the only match.
Okay, then.
It's so dumb.
That is kind of dumb.
It's really stupid. And then Cena was the one who announced it. It's like, come on. At least have them there. They were in New York.
Right.
They were in that little side
hall. I remember that.
They were in that little side hall of Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
It's such a wasted opportunity. Let's talk about the age of world champions because that's been a big thing. Cringe is an idiot. Samoa Joe he's not exempt from it because it's Samoa Joe and it's AEW. That's not how that works. So I don't mind older world champions as long as they are physically fit and they can contribute to the future of the business. I don't see a problem with it.
Right.
99.9% of the time, you want the most experienced person as your world champion.
Yes.
That's just how it works for the men and for the women. And for 99.9% of the people who go through that, age is a factor there. They get their style, they get their flow.
So essentially he's saying that Joe's exempt from being an old person as a world champion.
Yes, he's exempt for people
so that they can gripe about CM Punk being old and Cody Rhodes being old.
Right, but when we point out Samoa Joe being around that same age, I think Samoa Joe's a year older than CM Punk. No, he's exempt. Why?
Right, that makes absolutely no sense.
Well, it doesn't make any sense because it's AEW, and this is the mindset.
That's true. They don't think with logic or reason.
No, they don't, and they're also bad people. So, and more hypocrisy, by the way. Jey Uso and Logan Paul fucked up a backbreaker during Raw, and it was pretty bad. Obviously, they went out of their way to dog on it, right? And yeah, it was a botch. It looked really bad. But then Julia Hart does a moonsault, lands on her feet, and then does like a little splash. And people are saying, well, she's learning. She's young. It was on purpose. I actually saw that the moonsault where she lands on her feet and then does like a little bloop, that was on purpose. No, you either give the same criticism to one to the other, or don't criticize either of them.
Right.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, this is selective criticism.
You can't do selective criticism.
No.
That makes you look like a bad person.
And,
Well,
all AEW fans are bad people.
Exactly. And people are like, wow, man, that's really harsh. Why would you put everybody like that? Because evidence just piles on and piles on and piles on.
I have yet to see someone who's a genuine AEW fan who's not a bad person.
Exactly. 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 Bret Hart's been on a bit of a warpath when it comes to his podcast.
Oh my God.
I mean, not only did he... Bret, you do realize this possibly could be defamation of character. Of saying that Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon were sleeping together and that's why Shawn got his spot.
That sounds like something that I would believe, like in the deepest, darkest version of the pro wrestling iceberg.
But here's the problem with that, though. Shawn was so good.
If Shawn was one of those conspiracy theories.
Well, there were a bunch of conspiracy theories that Vince slept with a lot of people. This was just one of them. But Bret is putting the name to it. He's putting himself in there. It's like, you are a very good wrestler. You were a very good wrestler. And there's no disputing that. But if Shawn was a bad wrestler and got this, I might believe you. Mm-hmm. But Shawn is a really good wrestler. Yeah. He was one of the best. Mm-hmm. You guys had awesome chemistry. You even admitted that Shawn was a good wrestler. He just was on a bit of a warpath, and I thought it was kind of humorous, but I'm like, you would probably maybe not do this stuff because that might be defamation of character, unless you have some evidence. Once again, cringe is a fucking retard, but let me help you out. And this is for all the AEW fans who think that only stock shareholders, which doesn't exist, and dorks who care about ratings. Let me help you out here. Hang on. So, I have to dumb this down too. When rating big, the television show stays. But when rating go down, they get rid of show. If you don't want people to talk about rating, don't be on TV.
Right.
All the problems will be gone. All that criticism will be gone. You know why it matters? TV executives, the people who make the decision to put AEW on programming, they care. Mm-hmm. Hell, you think that they would just say fuck you to AEW once it gets really bad and say, we'll write out the rest of your contract, but we're not re-signing you anymore because it's not worth it. We'll just put Big Bang Theory here, make at least, 2-3 million views per episode, even though it's a rerun?
Yep.
Why would you not do that? Why would you keep AEW if it continues to go down and go down and go down? Oh, I can't wait for the Saudis to buy you people. Well, I think Paramount is in the front runner.
I don't remember off the top of my head who was in that race. But
that's what I've been hearing, is that Paramount right now put in the biggest offer. I really want the Saudis to put in a bigger offer because the Saudis can outbid pretty much everybody because they have the unlimited printing money machine. Mm-hmm. That's called oil. Oh, so, okay, I don't mind Claudio Castagnoli winning the CMLL World Heavyweight Champion. But once again, the hypocrisy of the AEW fans is so paramount here. Here's the thing. You have Claudio Castagnoli, Mercedes Moné, Konosuke Takeshita, you had FTR, you had Kenny Omega.
They're holding all the titles hostage from CMLL.
No, they're holding all the champions from other companies.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I'm getting at. So, why is that okay? But when Trick Williams had the TNA World Champion, Dominic Mysterio with the Triple A Mega Champion, Chelsea Green and Chelsea Green and Ethan Page having the Triple A Mixed Tag Team Champions. Why is that one a problem?
Right.
You know why?
Because it's WWE.
Because it's WWE. The difference of these two is that Triple A is seeing a benefit, and we will be going to that later in this podcast. There is a benefit to all of these people working for WWE. There is a cost-benefit analysis. TNA, or AEW, had the lowest ratings for TNA in the history of TNA. In the history of TNA. And that was when Kenny Omega was the world champion.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah, Kenny Omega. Apparently, the greatest, the best bout machine. I'm sorry. When you're the best bout machine, you should be drawing. Right. I mean, he was a draw. He was a draw in Japan. Mm-hmm. You can't deny that. Just not a draw here. You know why? Because it's stupid.
Yep.
Anyway, that is for drama today. When we come back, we got some news.
Mm-hmm.